I'm Jay Thomas, and welcome to Rides.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners.
Dan Craft. Now, I know Dan. I've filmed here before. Had to come back because Dan's got some more stuff added to his collection. Let me turn the radio down there. He's got more Mustangs added to his collection. Now he's getting into the blue ones. He's got a Grabber Green collection. I think we're gonna have a little fun. I think what I'm gonna do on you guys, I'm gonna steal your camera and I'm gonna get your guys' reaction when you see this place. It is nuts. Let's go talk to Dan. You want me to take that camera? I'm gonna take the camera. Oh, you guys are not gonna believe this. I'll get you on camera. All right, so this is, huh? This is the green room. What do you think, boys?
This is amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna be busy for a while. There have been so many people that have reached out to me and said, hey, you gotta go see Dan Craft. You gotta go see Dan Craft. I said, I've seen Dan Craft. He's coming up on the show, but we're gonna go visit him again. Dan, tell everybody about this collection because this is, I believe, the world's biggest Grabber Green Mustang collection, correct?
It is.
And there's a great story regarding that, a guy in Alaska.
Correct, yeah. I didn't know how rare the Grabber Green was until I bought the Grabber Green, and it was this car. This is my first Grabber Green. It's a Boss 302.
First one you've ever had owned?
First Boss car, first Grabber Green.
Okay.
But I've had other colored Mustangs. And the green growing up was my favorite color when I was a kid.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got in the green thing, and then
Okay.
found out how rare the Grabber Green was. So after I got the Boss 302, I was reading magazines and didn't know a whole lot back then, and I found out that Ford made a 351 Boss, so I got one of those, restored that car, and then the Boss 429. Out of the Boss 429, only 43 were the Grabber Green color.
Wow.
And only 36 were Grabber Green out of this production. I would say about 7 years ago, I was on the internet and I punched in Grabber Greens, and this webpage came up called the Grabber Greens. And a guy in Alaska had a Boss 429, a Boss 302, and a Grabber Green Shelby GT 500 convertible. And he had contact information, and at that time I had 7 Grabber Greens, and I communicated with him, and he actually came to visit me about 4 years ago. He
Came
flew
down from Alaska?
Came down from Alaska.
What did he think when he came in? At that time, you had 7?
When he came,
When
I
he
probably
came
had 9. I probably had 9 at that time.
Okay, so what was his reaction when he comes down and sees your collection?
He was jaw-dropping. I mean, he was kind of freaked out, but he
Kinda
was
like
really...
us and everybody watching
He
this.
was real nice. He sold his cars.
Oh, he did sell. Did you
sold
buy
his
any of
car-
them?
No, I guess I heard, not from him, but after the fact, Jay Leno supposedly bought one of his cars.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. Does Leno know about this collection?
I don't think so.
Hey, Leno, right here, buddy. So let's go through the collection. Let's just number one. How many Grabber Greens do you have now?
Well, they're all here. True Grabber Green would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 true Grabber Greens.
Okay, that's a king of the road, right?
Yeah, and that's a lime gold, which is green. And this color is called Gotta Have It Green, Electric Green, Serenity Green, Need for Green, and Grabber Lime. 73 miles on that car.
Really?
Yeah.
What year is that?
2020.
2020 with 73 miles on it. Well, let's start on top and we'll just work our way down. All right, number one.
Boss 429. Ford was going to race that car for NASCAR, so in order to do that, they have to make 500 available to the public. So Ford made 499 Boss 429s and 2 429 Boss Cougars. That motor they wanted to put in would not fit in the engine bay, so Ford had to take all the Boss 429s, send them to a place called CarCraft, and they modified the engine bay for the motor to fit into it. And when it was all said and done, they decided to race the Torino instead of the Boss Mustang. So these are very highly desirable and collectible, the Boss 429s. They made them in '69 and 1970. A lot of people know about the 302. They made 7,013 of these, which might seem like a high number, but it really isn't. But that's probably the most popular one you're gonna see because there's more of them made.
Yeah.
But that's still a low number. 7,013 is a pretty low number.
Just wicked looking. Okay, let's talk about the 351 Boss.
Okay, they made that 1 year, 1971. They made the 351. It's a Cleveland 4-bolt main, 4-speed. All the Boss cars were 4-speeds. You couldn't get an automatic in a Boss.
Okay.
You could in a Shelby. So out of the three, this was the quickest car, the 351 Cleveland. Some differences between the Mach 1 and the Boss. The Mach 1, the Boss had a chrome bumper in front. The hoods were about the same. That had a polyurethane bumper up
It's got
front.
the urethane on it, okay.
Yeah, and those are really hard to find, and those after time will age, crack, and yeah, so I'm looking for one of those, and I don't think I'm gonna find one.
One rare GT, what's the story?
It's just very rare. This is a 1970 428 4-speed convertible. Very few made. Rumors are only about 3 or 4 in this color on the 428. That's the big block. And then Shelby also made a small block called the GT350. Only 194 convertibles were made, 69 and 70, and only 2 were grabber green. And this is one of the 2. This is the automatic car, and the other one was a 4-speed car.
So this is literally a one of one.
A one of one, yeah. This car here was a Hertz rent-a-car.
This one was.
Yeah, there was 150 available in 1969, so this is one of 150
In the grabber green?
No, total.
Total.
Total that you could rent from Hertz.
Okay.
I don't know the breakdown on that, how many were grabber green, but what Hertz did then, they wanted people wanted a more comfortable car, so you could get an automatic and air conditioning. This is an automatic with air.
Let's talk about this because it stands out, and this is a King of the Road, right? The
Correct.
KR was King of
KR.
the Road, and that, of course, was the song.
By Roger Miller.
Yep.
And they made this 1 year. This is a 1968 KR. They only available 1 year. They made 933 of these. Chevrolet was going to take that KR, and Carroll Shelby found out about it, and he went and stole it from them.
Oh my God, Dan.
I believe a Chevrolet color on that Chevrolet Serenity green Camaro. But it was green, Jay.
Okay, so what's this one now?
This is a 70 Mach 1.
That's nice. I like that. No, that's the metallic grabber green?
Well, it's a Serenity Pearl green.
Okay.
No, I actually hate to tell you this, but this was actually, I believe, a Chevrolet color on that Chevrolet Serenity green Camaro. But it was green, Jay, so I had to get, I liked it. I had to have it. It's nice. It's got some modern conveniences. It's got air conditioning. It's got a 5-speed. It's hopped up. It's got the shaker hood.
Yep.
This is a 2019 GT called Need for Green.
Need for Green.
Need for Green. And I got it because it was green and I wanted a more modern Mustang that I'd never drive.
This one.
That's a 2020 Shelby GT350. The last year they're making the 350, so I wanted to get one. And then since those are the Shelbys, the GT350s and the 500s, I had to get the big boy. I had to get the 500 to match the 350 just like over here. So that's why they're both 2020s, they're both grabber lime.
Wow, okay, let's talk because I love Mavericks. Okay, what's the story of why do you have a Maverick?
Well, my very first car was a 73 Mercury Comet, and it was green. The Ford Maverick is the little brother to the Mercury Comet. It's a step down a little bit, you know. Guy had at a car show in Mandan, and I contacted him, I went and talked to him. I asked him if he would sell it, I'd like to buy it. He said, it's not for sale. Father-son project, never for sale.
Yeah.
I think one night I'm on Internet Bizman Online, and there's the car. It says Jamestown, North Dakota contact. I called the guy up, and I says, well, you never called me. And he goes, I lost your information. He says, we're moving out of state. So I struck a deal with him and bought the car. He did a great job on it. It's drivable. It's got a shift kit in the tranny. It's an automatic. It's hopped up. Power steering, power brakes.
Now, we're not done.
You got to head to the
Now,
other
now
building.
you're into the blue. What is it, grabber blue?
Grabber blue.
There you go. There's Wes and Zach and see, Alex. Now here's building number 2. This is the blue room.
That color over there, most of them are grabber green, and this is grabber blue.
Hey, Wes. Quit drooling, Wes.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's start down here with the black Mustang.
67 GT 289 four-speed car. I like the body style. I don't know if I'd ever part with that car. It was my first Mustang.
The very first thing you owned was this one.
This one here.
So when did you get this? What year was it?
This was 1990.
In 90.
What I did with the black, I like the black color. Shelby quit making the Shelby in 1970, and then in 2007, which is what, 40 years later, they brought it back. From those two, I believe this is a 2010 Grabber Blue. I originally ordered it with white stripes, and then there was an article in a magazine that Carroll Shelby liked the red, so I called and I had it changed to red. So whatever stripes you had on the car, your inserts on the seat were that
Matched
color.
the stripes, and they were striped.
So I called in time to get it changed to red.
Another Mach 1 Super Cobra Jet 429, right?
Yep, this will match that Grabber Green one, but this is Grabber Blue, and here's the rare thing about this. Only 9 came in this color combination with the argent stripes. Usually you would see black.
Okay.
This is called argent. It looks like a silver, but the correct term is argent. And this is the same. This is a 71 429 Super Cobra Jet, and this was Judge Conqueror's Gold in 2015.
Gold, huh?
Yeah, always wanted a Cobra. Never ever saw one in Grabber Blue, and that came from the Washington, D.C. area.
427?
No, that's a 302 fuel injection.
Okay, the reason I said I saw the 427 on the side.
This is a 2012 Grabber Blue. Got it because it's Grabber Blue. And then the one on top is a 2013 Boss that they brought back in Grabber Blue. Hence the license plate, you're hired. Fast Asp, it's a snake. Everybody thinks that means fast as possible, but asp is the Egyptian term for a Cobra.
Oh, is it? Because that's what I thought it meant was fast as possible.
No, it's fast, because I wanted the other plate, something with the Cobra was already taken. I'd come up with 2 or 3 of them, so.
I love that. Spitz Venom, Super Cobra Jet,
429.
Snake Bite, Snake Bit, Snake Bite.
Yeah.
What's the story on the gray one? Because that sticks out like a sore thumb, Dan.
Well, the gray one, that was the last year that they were going to make the Shelby until they came back again in 2020. This is a 2014. They quit the Shelby for a while, made it 2013 and 14, and this is 662 horsepower. Top speed is 202 miles an hour. And this, they don't have real big gas tanks, but this on a full tank of gas, if you took it out to the highway and gave it full throttle, how far do you think you'd go before you ran out of gas?
What size tank?
16 gallons.
16 gallon
Full throttle on this car. How many miles could you go?
16, I'm gonna say 80 miles.
43.
So half of what I just thought.
Yeah,
Because I'm sitting here doing that, okay,
miles.
split is,
Yeah. That's what I read.
43 miles.
43 miles on a full tank at full throttle.
Wow.
So I bought this car. They didn't have Grabber Blue offered it. I'm not sure. Maybe they did. I maybe wanted something different. I really like this color. It's like a metallic gun gray metal.
Yeah, gun metal, yeah.
I put the red stripe, or had them ordered it with the red stripes to match.
That was my
that
next
one over
comment.
there.
Like, it's got the red stripes. Really cool. Man, I know you're a busy guy. I got to tell you, man, thanks for letting us come out and show America what you got. It is an impressive collection. You're a wealth of knowledge on these. And is there anything that you want that's not in your collection? Is there something that you've been hunting, chasing?
If I can find it, here's what I'm looking for.
Okay, listen up now. So this is what you've been chasing. What do you want?
I had a couple of these and I sold. Well, I had the small block. I'm looking for a 1970 Mach 1 428 Cobra Jet 4-speed, either in Grabber Blue or Grabber Green.
That's
the shaker, yeah. The R code with the shaker.
Okay, all right.
Grabber Blue, Grabber Green.
Does it matter what kind of shape it's in?
I'm getting too old to do all that dirty work. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like it to be done.
Okay.
So.
Or close to done.
Or close to done, yeah.
All right, so if somebody out there, if you've got one, get a hold of me, and we'll get you in touch with Dan. Dan, thank you so much, man, again, for hanging out and being on rides.
Okay, thanks
Great
for coming
collection.
by.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks.
I'm Jay Thomas, and welcome back to Rides. Now, on Rides, every once in a while, we like to show you something that's just unique, it's crazy, it's different. I want to introduce you to, ready? Raging Inferno. That's right, a fire truck with a flippin' jet engine in it. And the crazy guy that plays with this, Travis Doctor. Travis,
Nice
brother,
to meet you.
welcome to Rides.
I'm Travis Doctor, and I'm the owner of the one and only Raging Inferno.
Thanks for having us out here. This thing is so wicked, we have to be at the airport in Lytton, North Dakota.
Yeah, we don't want to light it in town again.
Oh, again?
Again.
What happened when you lit it in town one time?
Window shaking, thought I was going to jail.
No.
But we got through it.
Okay, tell me about the truck. What year's the fire truck? Just walk me through this thing, man.
81 American LaFrance. Got a 496 big block Chevy in it now. Everything else has been taken out, and it's got a Westinghouse J34. Used to be in a Navy Banshee.
So why did you buy this? Just to have fun, like you said, because I did, but...
I just couldn't help it. Yeah, I started building motors when I was 12, and it just kept going up. Always wanted jets.
Well, you got one.
Got one.
And how hard is it to fire up this jet engine?
Prime it all up. It starts on gas and then runs on diesel.
So what kind of stuff do you do with this?
Usually, like, we'll get booked into a monster truck show. We'll go burn up a car or whatever they put behind us.
The jet engine isn't in this for speed. This is in this to put on just a show.
Yep, this is a car burner. It's a hoot. You'll like it.
Oh, I can't wait, man. I think we should fire this up. Go. Raging Inferno, we're gonna fire it up.
I'll try to get it to idle about 45%, then we'll hit the burner.
Do it.
We're doing it?
All right.
God hates a coward.
There we go.
We got her. She's gonna light.
You can't imagine what it's like being in that thing when he gets that jet ready to, oh man, I don't even have words for it. Holy smokes, Travis. Unfreaking believable. I'm still shaking. That was amazing. Like I said, on Rides, every once in a while, or at least we try each and every episode to give you something that is unique and is just outrageous. And Raging Inferno fits that bill 100%. And this man right here, he's got a set on him. Wow, Travis, thank you so much for sharing this and being on Rides. Finally get to come check it out.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out.
Can't wait to see this. So this is your hangout.
Yeah, back in 2020, COVID hit.
Yeah.
I was looking to build a man cave as kind of part of my bucket list. I got diagnosed with MS when I was 36, so I had a bucket list to accomplish a man cave by the time I was 40.
You got it done?
So I got her done. Called up my dad and some friends and said, hey, I might need some help putting the shop together.
This barnwood is getting hard to get your hands on, and when you find it, it is freaking expensive.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to find the barn.
Did you use the old nails too?
Well, actually what we did is we cut down the backside as we were pulling it off.
Oh,
So the nails
smart.
just
So you
stayed
left the
in there.
nails. Good
Yeah.
call, man. What's in the one-quarter silo? What is that?
So that's where the bathroom's at.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
You're serious?
come check it out.
We gotta go look at this. Oh, dude, this is awesome. Guys, come on in here, check this out. This is great. What's the garbage can?
Binder wire back on an old baler.
What better place to have corn than in the bathroom?
And then, of course, can't have a man cave without a urinal.
Can I?
No,
I can't? Strictly for looks.
it won't spray water just yet.
Oh, okay, all right. But it's going to at some
Oh,
point.
for sure. It always seems to be a work in progress, so...
What do you got? What do you got on your list?
Actually, right now I'm going to take a break for a while. I just got done with the shuffleboard table.
Did you build that yourself?
Yeah, I built that all myself.
Are you kidding me, really?
It's a custom Joseph Bada 2022 edition, one of a kind. I got enough material to do one more.
You hear that? If you want a beautiful shuffleboard table, he's got material for one more. Now, you can go in the store and buy these things and they're all polished and beautiful. And the fact that you built this thing. All right, what's the deal with this?
So this is my dad's car, hanging out in the shop. It's a 2013 Shelby Mustang GT500.
So it's got all the bells and whistles. It's one of 115 built. And all the computers.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, man.
Well, it'll be 10 years and I haven't.
Well, okay, all right.
You always ask and I say it's on a road somewhere.
It's somewhere, yeah, that's right.
The joke is driving this thing is the most fun you'll have with your pants on.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good rumble to it.
Joey, this was on your bucket list. You said you were diagnosed with MS, and I'm glad that you're doing good, brother. I really am. You're a great guy. And dude, you're a talented guy. You really are.
Thank you.
But you had a lot of help, and the folks that helped you are all kind of hanging out here.
I got Roger, he just, I call him my neighbor because he farms right next to me here, and then my dad, and then my good friend Dustin just lives up the road as well. So started with talking with Dustin. He says, hey, I got another guy up the road with a payloader, and before I know it, dirt was moving and I was starting to panic.
Thanks for sharing the backstory on this, man.
Yeah,
Really love it. Great
appreciate it
hangout.
coming out.
Great hangout, brother.
Hey, if you have a cool story that involves a car, a motorcycle, a boat, heck, anything with an engine, we want to hear about it. Just go to rideswithjthomas.tv, send us a picture with your story, and your ride could be featured on the show. And don't forget to visit the merch shop where you can get all your Rides gear. From everyone here at Rides, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
What's up? How many, again, I forgot what the I was going to say. Yeah, why don't you put that in the bloopers? How many poles you got in your shop?
No stripper poles.
I'm rolling.
Should have been rolling that whole freaking time. That's your freaking after thing right there. We're done.